Hello everybody, testing sound. Again, we're testing sound. Still waiting for YouTube to catch up with the start of the stream. Testing sound. Testing sound. There we go. All right. So we got the sound, so we can get going. Live from Cabot, Arkansas. It's Sunday afternoon, and that means it's time for another Answering Your Financial Questions Live with Coach Steve Money. Yesterday, of course, May the 4th be with you today. Star Wars Day 2, Revenge of the 5th. So have a happy one. And to redeem myself from yesterday, not being able to remember one of the songs I wrote. If you scroll down on my page to the music playlist, and you'll see the Baby Steppin' song is in there somewhere. That's just a short clip of it. There it is. There's the whole thing. And I'm trying to get the music section to blow up here. I think people would enjoy it if they just tried it out. Not a great singer, but which you'll find out right now because, like I said, I was blanking on I was sang a little bit of all these songs, but the Baby Steppin' song I blanked on, and that is to Dua Lipa's Levitating, and it goes like this. Not reading it, straight from memory. Now I forgot again. No, I got it. If you want to fix your finances, I know a guy can help you get debt free. And if you didn't know he has a show, and let me tell you, the advice is really great for you and me. Step 1, start emergency fund, then it's time to pay off your debt. That's step 2, that you're beginning. Small loss largers you'll be winning. Ain't seen nothing yet. You and me. Dave's plan we're repping. Yeah, that's it. So that's basically it. And it goes on from there. It is an entire length song, and so if you're interested in that, please check that out. And the music playlist is sandwiched between Answering Your Financial Questions, which is the stream, and the Ramsey Show After Show, of which there are 370 episodes, and there will be 2 more this coming week on Tuesday and Thursday. Answering Your Financial Questions, of course, every Saturday and Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Let's get to the questions. Credit card alternatives. Well, there are none. Not on the Ramsey plan, because credit cards mean you're not using your own money, so that means you're doing debt leverage, so that means you're not doing it Dave's way. And right out of the gate,
If everything you're doing is bad, I want you to know this.
Exactly. Thank you, Yanosh. It's from Ghostbusters 2. All right, let's see. Wondering what setup you guys have for monthly spending, since I'm assuming most people here don't use credit cards. Do you just use your debit card linked to your bank account? Yes. Do you have a separate account just for debit card purchases? No. What about traveling overseas, foreign transactions, security? What you would do is call your bank and put a travel note on your card so they know you are in that foreign country. Any other hurdles like paying for cash? What do you mean paying for cash? Car rental, hotel, flights. Never had a problem with any of that. Let's see, with a debit card. Great Brillo. Dave Ramsey on the Theo Von podcast this past weekend, and I did listen to that, and Enjoyed it very much, and I did hear some things from Dave that I hadn't heard from him anywhere else in 30 years. And so definitely worth a listen. And Theo Vaughn is a very talented, funny comedian, and this reporter's opinion. And so, when worlds collide like that, Dave Ramsey and Theo Vaughn, that's awesome. This one, quick length, interesting, 8043. Need advice on how to proceed. Well, without reading the question, let's go ahead and assume it would be the baby steps. Possibly. Let's see. I'm in baby step 2, okay? I have around, that is, pay off all non-mortgage debt from smallest to largest. I have around $13K left on a student loan, but the bill a month is only $170. I moved back in with my folks to get my finances finally going and have paid over $20K in debt so far. That part's great. Dave, not a fan of adults living with their parents, though. I'm 43. Speaking of adults, and I really don't want to be living at home any longer. Yeah, at 43, you should not be calling it home, even though that's with your parents. I mean, kids in their teens and early 20s call it living at home. That's not your home. You're an adult. You're supposed to have your own home, even if it's just an apartment that you're paying for. So that is not home. 43, my goodness gracious. Any longer for obvious reasons. Yeah. Let's see, I have $4,500 saved up to move out, but you shouldn't have any savings while you're paying off debt. So if you moved back in with them to pay off debt, you're doing it wrong. But if you moved back in with them and then decided, oh no, I should be living on my own, Dave is probably fine with that. Let's see, saved up to move out, but I have to get some dental work done. It's always something, and get my brakes and suspension checked. I make starting for a year of $50K. Should I move the heck back out? Yes, and get on with my life or finish what I started. I also would still be able to save around $100 a month. Yes. Yes, you do that. If the dental work is not an emergency, you wait and save up for that. If the brake and suspension is not an emergency, you wait and save up for that as well. So baby steps take priority over things that can wait. Growth aggressive, 32, 31, emergency fund. I am self-employed. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. Whether it be now or later, much appreciated. Thank you so much. Very humbled and honored. Emergency fund. I'm self-employed and my weekly pay fluctuates. I have roughly $3,500 in personal expenses monthly and another $3,500 in business expenses monthly. For my emergency fund, should I be saving for both my personal and business expenses? Yeah, but you should probably start keeping those accounts separately, even if it's in your mind, so that you don't get confused about it. So, let's see. So it would depend if you had any debt, and you can't say you're out of debt if you have business debt because self-employment. So it's your business and just you. So if the business borrowed money, guess who signed for it? You. So, but let's just assume that everybody understands how the baby steps work, and if they're bothering to be on the Dave Ramsey subreddit and not just any financial subreddit, because there are a ton, you don't have to come to the Dave Ramsey one. So let's just assume no debt, but yes, you would have your emergency fund for yourself, 3 to 6 months of expenses, and you would also have that for a business. I would recommend 6 months, and that is called retained earnings. And that before you pay yourself, before you expand the business, you would have that as an emergency fund for the business. Yes. Retained earnings is what it's called. Nathan _ 1984 manual underwritten mortgage. Okay. Manual underwriting is what it's called. So forgot one of the T's there, but otherwise I guess that's okay. Looking for some advice. Recently completed baby step 2, yay. And are on baby step 3B to save for a house. That's not how that works. You have to finish baby step 3 first, and if you're going to buy a house, I always recommend that you get the 6 months of expenses rather than closer to the 3 end, even if you're single. Because if you're buying the house, guess if something happens with the house, guess who's paying to fix it? You're the landlord. So you can't call the landlord and have them fix stuff, because if you call the landlord, your phone's going to ring. So you're doing it wrong if you haven't done step 3. Let's see. Our credit scores are indeterminable, so unless we want to spend 3 to 6 months building credit again, you do not. That's not on the baby steps anywhere. I'm looking, I don't see it. Build credit again, I don't see that on there. We have to do manual underwriting. Yes, what's the problem with that? Aside from Churchill Mortgage, where are some places we can go for manual underwritten mortgage pre-approval? A ton of places. Some people don't like to do them because it takes more work from them instead of just putting it into the computer and going by the credit score. So some people don't like to, but why not use Churchill Mortgage? But if you do not have the full emergency fund, that's not an option if you want to buy a house faster. Full emergency fund is required. That's step 3. 1, 2, 3 in order, one at a time. That means you're not doing any down payment saving until you have that full 3 months. So you're completely out of debt and have the full 3 months. At least. But I recommend 6 if you're buying a house. JB the Wise says, am I misunderstanding the SAVE plan? Maybe. I don't know that I understand it. Government things are difficult to understand sometimes. For my student loans, I'm currently enrolled in the SAVE plan. The plan is that if you pay 10% of your monthly adjusted gross income, you're not going to accrue interest on your principal from the remaining balance. Okay? That's possible. After 25 or so 25 question mark years, that debt is set to be erased. At that rate, I'll have the full debt paid off. Well, before that, we'll then pay it off quicker then. However, I've read around this subreddit a bit. I don't follow Ramsey much. You should. But everyone seems to still agree. Everybody agrees. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. That you should pay the debt off. Right. You took it off. Why should the government, meaning all the taxpayers, pay that off for you? You're the one that signed for it. We didn't sign for it. Is there a benefit to paying off something that isn't accruing interest? Yeah, it's debt. It's called baby step 2. So you not following Ramsey very much, you might not agree that that's the way to go, but that is the way to go. Millions of documented success stories following Dave's advice. No other financial advisor comes even close to that kind of track record. Level database 3761. What to do with my stock options? Single stocks. You sell that stuff as soon as you can. Hey friends, hi guys. First time posting here and looking for some advice. I'll try to keep this story and details short. Well, didn't make it to one section of the page, so let's go ahead and open the rest of the story. That's not too bad, I guess. Probably more details than we need, though. Let's see. About 40K in credit card debt due to a stock program at my job. I was able to buy stock options in my company for a 15% discount. Depending on how many shares you sign up for, a fixed amount comes out of my check every week, and at the end of the year I own the stocks. I looked at it as a way to force myself to save, and I figured I was getting 15% on my investment, so it seemed like a good idea. Yeah, unless the stock sucks. At the end of the year, I paid $20,500 towards the stocks, and at the end of the year, it was worth $29,000. Okay, so not fabulous, I guess, but decent. During the year, I managed to get my emergency fund to $2,000, and then made a plan to pay off a good amount of my credit card debt. You're doing it wrong. It says, if you look right here on the baby steps, it says save 1,000, not 2,000. 1,000. Everything over 1,000 goes to pay off your debt. When it was all said and done, I'm now completely out of the credit card debt. Unfortunately, I have one card that was charged off due to missed payments. That's why you don't save up extra money. You pay off your debt, so they don't do that to you. The buyout is around $6K. Okay, so if it's charged off, it could still be with the credit card company, or it could have been sold to a collector, or it could have just been passed to, I think most of the credit card companies now have their own collections, because that way they make more money. Let's see. And the way I see it, it's already on my credit report and won't make a difference. I pay it off now or later. Yeah, if it's in collections, yes, you wait to pay that off after you pay off all current debt. I sold some of the stock options to pay off the remaining credit card debt, but I still own about 350 shares, was worth about $1,800. My question is, should I just keep that 18,000? Oh, 18,000, my bad, in that stock and now start putting money what I saved? No, because it's not in a, if it's in a retirement account, you should not do that. But if it's in a, like a brokerage account, if it's not in a tax advantaged retirement account, then yes, you would sell any single stocks you have to pay off debt. Yes. Or should I sell the stock? Yes. I figure putting the stock money into an ETF, nope. It will grow faster. Doesn't matter. You need to get out of debt first. Baby steps in order. Always. Steps 1, 2, and 3 in order, one at a time. And so you're not even getting to baby step 4 until you have the full emergency fund. But this, my first time being involved in stocks or the market in general, so not sure I should reinvest it somewhere else or leave it where it is. The stock is CMC Metals Company. Any suggestion on what to do would be greatly appreciated. Follow the baby steps, as always, is the advice. That's always the advices, as the kids say, and some adults. My chair down, there we go. Okay. I need to try to fix my chair. Or get a new one. You don't like to spend money, though. You get conditioned to just making do with what you have. Anime Theo. Right. Talked about Theo Vaughn early. This is Anime Theo. Paying off for first house mortgage early. The answer is yes. You would do that if you have steps 1, 2, and 3 done. And then now you're doing 4, 5, and 6, if any apply. Well, step 4 definitely applies because you are going to retire, so yes. Reddit wouldn't let me save the edited draft to input more details, so I just deleted it and redid the post. Okay. I am 29 years old, just a baby. You got, 30 plus years in the market. You're fine. I purchased my first house in early 2023 with a loan of $251. At interest I don't care about. I pay $1,800 for a mortgage and add an extra $200 to the principal. I do not hold any other debt. Excellent. I make around 80 to 100K depending on overtime, and I also have 2 renters paying me $600 each to live in your one house. I have 70K in savings plus 30K in high yield saving account, CD. And currently put 6% in my retirement, though going to steadily increase it. It should be 15% while you're still paying off your mortgage. Should still be 15%. I had unexpected roof fixings, indeed. Roof fixing. See, again, I'm wondering if he has a mortgage on a rental house instead. Let's see. I'm not sure if I planned this to be my forever home. No such thing. It's a great size for my first home, and I love it. Okay? I do not plan to have children. I'm seeking partners who also do not want children. My question is, do I really want to be gung-ho? It's gung-ho. G-U-N-G-H-O is gung-ho. My mortgage, even if it's my first house. Yes. Yes, because the worst thing that happens is you pay it off early and you continue living there forever. And it just happens to be your forever home. But life doesn't always work out that way for you to say at age 29, this is my forever home. Because guess what? If you meet somebody and you want to get married to them, they may not like that home. They may have a better home than that. And you may like their home better. And you may want to move there. And so in which case, you should sell this one. Let's see. Or save that money and invest it elsewhere. I know I'll be in my home at least 5 to 10 years. No, you would. Now, if you have any other kind of debt, he said he didn't have any other kind of debt. Yeah, do not hold any other debt. Okay, great. So assume you have full emergency fund, but that's all you should be doing. 15% of investing is what you should be doing, though. So up the retirement to 15, and then you put anything left after that towards the mortgage to pay it off early. Give him the benefit of the doubt that he's doing it correctly, except maybe for the 30K in extra savings. Parn Star 69. Need to have a car by Monday, 5/20. Okay. Master student, graduated in December, and I need a car to work an internship over the summer. I'll have around $4,000 that I'm willing to spend in the week leading up to the date mentioned in the title. Okay, you get a $4,000 car. However, I'll be making $30 an hour over the summer in addition to one last $2,000 installment, which I will receive from the teaching assistant role in which I currently work. I'll be living with my parents during that time, so I will only have to spend the $600 a month plus utilities on the apartment. In which I currently live. I have to pay around $6,000 for my last semester in the fall. I have $30,000 in student loan debt, which I will have to begin paying during the summer 2025, as well as a probable increase in rent, considering I plan to move to a bigger city upon graduation. Here are the options I'm considering. Use the full amount, or ideally less, to buy a car that will hopefully last until I can afford an upgrade. Yes. Have it checked out by a mechanic, but then why not buy the cheapest car you can find? As long as it's checked out by a mechanic, I mean, that's the best you can do, because anything you buy could have problems, or the cheapest one you buy could have no problems. Use the full amount. Oh, I did that one. Finance a car. That's a negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full on that one. I should get that clip as well. It's from Top Gun. You're on the Dave Ramsey subreddit, and you're asking if you should finance a car to mitigate the likelihood of the car dying on me before I am prepared for it to do so. Nope. You worried about the car dying on you does not justify financing. Dave is the no debt guy, in case you're new to him. Maybe you haven't heard of him. Maybe just drop by the subreddit without ever hearing of Dave Ramsey and don't know that he's the no debt guy. I should note that I will have no emergency savings should I spend the full $4,000 on the car. Okay, so you keep $1,000 of that for your $1,000 starter emergency fund, and then you spend $3,000, no more than $3,000 on the new car. New to you, obviously. Because you can't buy a new car for $3,000 unless there's some kind of mistake at the dealership. Or you get it direct, factory direct, some kind of special. Affectionate B 3794, is there ever any exception to combined income? That is the beauty of the baby steps. There's really no exceptions. So you always do the baby steps in order, 1, 2, 3. one at a time, 4, 5, 6, all three at the same time, but it is in the same order every time. If you have some kind of emergency, you pause the baby steps and just pile up cash. And then when emergency is done, when you return to the baby steps, they're still going to be in the exact same order you left them on, and you'll be in the same step when you left them, that you were in when you left them. So, but the exception to combined income, no. Husband and wife should have a combined income. 4 years remarried after divorce to my first husband. That certainly sucks. I know. 39 and husband is 55. This is his first marriage and my second. I came into the marriage with 2 kids that are now 15 and no debt, but also no assets because of a stay-at-home mom in my last marriage. The divorce proceedings I had to live off of until I was able to get a job in my former career field 2 years later. 2 years is a long time, dog, to be without a job. And guess whose fault that was? Yours, in the mirror. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Because my husband also came into the marriage with no debt other than his mortgage, with a very large retirement savings of $2 million and an annual income of $200K. We have lived financially separate in our marriage. Obviously not. And oh, there's a book to go here. Let's see. Essentially, I pay him half the mortgage via PayPal. Can't even give him cash for it. Can't even transfer it because it's PayPal. I pay all my daughter's expenses, my car payment. Yeah, I got it. I get it. Basically, financial roommates that sleep together. Yeah, mind you, we've never outright discussed this. And whose fault again is that? Yours and his. Both of yours. Because I make much less, I feel pressured to keep up lifestyle creep with him so that he can pay cash for. Oh, that he can pay cash for and I can't. Yeah, and again, what you do is talk about that. Discuss. I've amassed some debt. You're doing it wrong. So you did all that. You got debt to keep up with him. And so now you got debt. So I don't know if that was specifically to keep up with his spending or not. It's not, you know, I mean, you make less money. And if he can't, you know, deal with that, then you just don't do some of the stuff that he does. And you don't pay for half of something that he decides he wants. I have around $70K in consumer debt since we got married. That is largely related to my daughter's private school tuition. That's your choice. And expenses. It's honestly, for me, debt I never would have had to accrue if we combined money. Of course not. He doesn't even know about it because it's all in my name. Yeah, you got that. It's your fault. It's your fault. It doesn't bother him apparently, or he would have probably brought it up. Or he may be just like you, where he is thinking about it and thinking this is not right, but then you don't bring it up to somebody you are married to. That's ridiculous. Communication, compromise, and if you can't do those two things, counseling. I've told myself I can live like this until then. Oh, what? Because I do have a good job and income, but it's going to take me about 2 more years to do what? Oh, actively pay it off. Okay. All right, I've told myself I can live like this until then, but what happens after? You need to talk to them about money. Married people need to talk about money. It deeply bothers me they refuse it. Oh, he refuses to combine money. Okay, so that's a different thing. So you married him anyway. So I don't know how much of a deal breaker that is, but regardless, so basically you talk and you compromise and both of you agree to it, and then you do whatever it is that you compromised on. And a lot of times that is not going to be baby steps. That's going to be Dave-ish. But if you want to stay married, you save the marriage. Okay, let's see. I think it's because I'm so much younger, he's afraid I'll fleece him in a divorce. And so this is all stuff you talk about before you get married. People are so dumb, they don't talk. The only thing we have combined is our home. I told him I wanted to pay off my student loans and car, so he has agreed to pay all of the mortgage till I do so. Okay. But I feel a lingering resentment around that well, see, again, you need to just talk about it instead of just keeping it to yourself. That's so dumb. Because he essentially left me on my own financially with 2 kids after marriage. See, and you're resentful about that. So yeah, probably start with counseling and then try to work up to the communication because you guys suck at it. I told him once the kids leave their private school in 3 years, I plan to be debt-free and want to return to paying half the mortgage, but I want combined finances for our future, and he looked entirely uninterested and said nothing. Is there any hope for my marriage? Well, ask yourself this first. Do you want to be married to somebody that has that kind of attitude? Our financial goals feel incompatible. They do. He refuses to discuss our financial future, and I suspect it's because he has over $2 million liquid, and that's a locked post, so it must have gotten contentious in there. That is something's wrong in there. Did you put your child in private school, or is his decision? Yeah, so it's, they're not talking about anything. They're not, so you're doing it wrong. Even if you take out all the financial stuff, you're doing it wrong. Floyd Abbey. Retirement loan repayments deducted from paycheck, but not showing on W-2. Since half the check is going to loan repayments, I have to file taxes, and that shows as income, but it is not. Yeah, I don't think that's tax free to do a retirement loan repayment, like a 401k loan. I don't think that's tax free, Doug. Let's see what we got here. There's my tab to do. Let's see. Nope, that's a T. 401k loan repayment taxable. Any money borrowed from 401k account is tax exempt as long as you pay back the loan on time and you're paying the interest to yourself, not to a bank. You do not have to claim a 401k loan on your tax return. Okay. But it also doesn't say that is tax exempt. The money borrowed is, but not the payment, because that's part of your income. Let's see, repayments tax. Loans are not taxable. Distributions, right. Right. What about the payments? $401k loan offset. The remaining loan amount is reported and will be treated as a taxable event. That's not it. Our 401k loan repayments pre or post tax. That should get us our answer. Many plans offer the option of repaying the loans through regular payroll deductions, which can be increased to pay off the loan sooner than the 5-year requirement. Remember that these payments are made with after-tax dollars. So, yeah, I was right. How about that? I wish I had the Marty Lagina quote. You're damn right. But I don't have that one on this stream. But yes, I was correct. How about that? It's bound to happen sooner or later, right? Otherwise, baby. 3717. Moving forward with a debt collector. A debt collector sent me a settlement letter in the mail back in February for 50% of the balance. When I had money for the balance, I reached out to the debt collector via email, showing the letter and telling them I'm not sending any money until we sign off on it that we're settling, right? And that's exactly what you do. You get it in writing that it settles the debt. The debt collector replied, your name isn't under that file number. Give us the correct file number. I asked for updates via email, even called, was told no one can help you. I have a new letter in the mail with the same file number asking for a total amount due. That's more than the amount. That might be a trick they're trying to do. I would call and ask for the right file number. Say this is apparently not the right file number. And document that they're doing this as well. And then you just say, well, if you don't want to get this 50% of the balance, I will offer this to another debt that I owe instead of you. Then, if you're not going to agree to that, and make this happen, and you figure out what my file number is, dummy. Let's see. Percentage odds 6512. Has being in control of your finances help you? And also 50%. Depending on how long it's been in collections, you can probably negotiate for lower than that. Has being in control of your finances help you gain control in other areas of your life? It definitely helps. I think all areas of life. But by having financial peace, you're not worried about finances, so you are, I guess, better equipped to enjoy the other areas of your life more. And you also have more choices because of having financial peace, of not being in debt. So that can make it possible, not for everybody, that can make it possible that you have the availability to spend extra money on doing things in other areas of your life that somebody with debt would not. Let's see, just interested if becoming in control of debt and finances help you gain control of other areas of your life. Okay, typed it twice. Title and the first line. For example, since January, I've been following Dave Ramsey, approved. Currently on baby step 2. Slowly I've settled into a nice pattern, and recently I decided to apply this control to other areas of my life. Lost 5 pounds this week. That often weight loss and the Ramsey thing does go together, because you're supposed to spend less on food, and you spend less on food, you eat less theoretically, and then you would lose weight. But also walking outside, running outside, anything like that, that is free. And so you don't have to have a gym membership to do that. And so you can go out. That's, an easy active thing to do that does take every time. And that's, of course, is good for you. There's something to be said for having control of yourself and your life. Absolutely. Absolutely. MRC Fight. Mr. C Fight. Just paid off all my consumer debt. Excellent. That's baby step 2. So what now? Baby step 3. Baby steps 1, 2, and 3. In order, one at a time. So if you've paid all this consumer debt off, which means non-mortgage debt, then you would go to baby step 3, and you're growing that $1,000 starter emergency fund to a full-fledged 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Let's see. Oh, he did it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Okay, after 5 years of tackling debt, I just made my final payment on student loans, paid off all my credit cards and my car as well. I am debt-free. I'm already contributing 15%, did it wrong, and I've already got a fully funded emergency fund of 6 months. Did it wrong. Again, we'll start in a second after I keep saying he did it wrong, just to let you know. He did it wrong. But you start where you are today if you're going to start doing it right. So let's see. Did things a little out of order? I'm going to go ahead and say completely out of order, sir. You not only skipped from, past step 2 to do step 3, you also started step 4 as well. So you did it a lot out of order, sir. I'm assuming sir because Mr. I don't know if the avatar female or not. I am planning to squirrel away money into a high yield savings account until I feel ready to buy a house / have a big enough of a down payment to reduce the mortgage to something manageable. I live in a super high cost of living area, but I'm in a unicorn housing situation right now that will allow me to save quite a bit before my lease is up. Might be the only thing it says. Is up at the end of 2026. Any advice moving forward? Well, let's check. So what the advice would be to start following the baby steps correctly in order now. And, you know, if you had done that in the first place, it wouldn't have taken you 5 years to get to this spot, because if you paid off the debt first, instead of contributing to retirement, instead of saving a full emergency fund, if you had paid off the debt first, then you could have done baby step 3 really fast and started investing. So that would have been a lot faster than 5 years. So in any math you want to look at, that would have been faster. So since you do have that, the baby step 3, and you are investing, if you do not have kids, it says baby step 5. So yeah, you would address kid college if the child or children are young, you know, toddlers. You don't have to start saving much. You just might want to get into the habit of putting a little bit away. You just want to like work it out so that you have enough by the time they're 18 to have the amount that you want to have for them by the time they start college. And so you just have to put a little bit to it, and then the rest you would be putting any extra money you would put to your mortgage. That would be left out of your former snowball that you used to pay off debt and to do wrongly, out of order, the full emergency fund and investing. So, but after you had done, after the investing amount comes out, anything that's left over would go into baby steps 5 and 6. And so that's the advice there. But basically, you're on baby step 7 until you say, oh, I want to buy a house. And then you're back in baby step 3. And then you would start saving for the down payment. But I would get if the emergency fund is not 6 months of your expenses, I would make it 6 months for your expenses before you even start the down payment, because you will need that for if you buy a house, because you have much more risk, much more things you will have to fix than living in an apartment that somebody else is going to fix if the roof breaks. So yeah, but always baby steps in order, always. Misters, best use of an extra check. And before I read it, the rule is any extra money you have goes on whatever baby step you're on. I work as a contractor in the tech space. I make about $150K, time and materials paid weekly. I budgeted so that all my monthly expenses are covered with 4 paychecks a month, right? May happens to have 5 Fridays and hence 5 paychecks. Yep, I was looking for suggestions on how to best utilize the funds. What baby step are you on? Have a HELOC. Yeah, probably do the HELOC. If you're treating your HELOC, baby step 2. Let's see how much they make. 150 and the 14K. Oh, you have 14K on the vehicle loan. So yeah, that would be what you would put it on. The rate doesn't matter. 15K credit card. You're doing it wrong. So how about we do follow the baby steps and you have $1,000 in savings only, and then you pay off all your debts. How about we do that with it? Also, we only have about 400 in savings, and I'm a highly anxious person. Get that up to 1,000. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it all wrong, sir. And because of that,
you're doing it wrong.
Didn't want to get my head wet. You doing it wrong. The Trev 68. Advice needed for, is that like Vitade from Scrubs? Advice needed for savings near baby step 6. What does that mean? What does near mean? I'm debt free except for my mortgage and am currently making nearly double payments, doubling it to get it paid off faster. Great. I'm at 15% gross on retirement savings. Okay, great. Have a 9-month emergency fund. Should not have more than 6 months until the house is paid off. So take 3 months of that and throw it at the mortgage. I'm also saving for other things like a new car. Do you want a new car more than you want the house paid off? Make the decision on that. And put that there too. There. Home repair, roof replacement, vacations. Do you want all that stuff? Do you want to be able to do all that stuff? Or do you want to pay off the house faster? You know, like I would, okay, so we got new car, we got home repair, roof replacement. Okay, so is that necessary right now? If you know it's going to happen at some point, you can do a sinking fund for it, sure. But the things that don't have to happen right now are new car and vacations and etc. So I would take those out, maybe do the home repair and roof replacement, or at least start saving for them. But the vacations and new car can wait until you pay the house off. You're the one that gets to choose that. You make the budget so you can, you know, you can spend as much money as you want, but you shouldn't have more than 6 months in emergency fund until the house is paid off. What's the threshold? Oh, let's say all these separate buckets in the savings account mean I have a lot of cash on hand. What's the threshold where you go ahead and invest it instead of just parking it in savings? The way you would invest it is not keeping it in cash. It would be putting it on your mortgage so you get that paid off faster. Do I only keep the emergency fund? Yes. Do I keep all of the emergency fund? No, you don't. You keep 6 months of it. So you see over here in the baby steps, it says, what does this say? 3 to 6 months of expenses for your fully funded emergency fund. And it does not say also save up 3 months more. Yay. It does not say that. I don't see that anywhere on there. Boom, boom, boom. Are there any guidelines for cash to investment ratio? No, you would be putting, you wouldn't be investing more than the 15% at all. No matter how you want to think about the money in your head, you would not be investing more than 15% at all, except by investing in paying your house off, which does come with the bonus of being less interest that you have to pay. And if the faster you pay it off, you won't have to pay the payments either. How about that? I'm not really sure where I should put all this money I'm accumulating. I suppose the advice would be to put it towards the mortgage. Yay! He knows the answer already. But I'm already aggressively paying on it and have a low interest rate. Doesn't matter. We don't debt leverage keeping the mortgage around to invest separately. If you want to do that, you can do it. But if you want to follow Dave Ramsey's advice, that would not be it. If you want to follow Dave Ramsey's advice, you're doing it wrong. Maybe I should just call the show "You Doing It Wrong." Either laugh 3372. Health insurance. I need advice on our health insurance. I currently have health insurance through my employer. We are a healthy family. Great details. Married, 2 kids, $750 a month premium. Out of pocket, max is $8K. Family deductible is $1,500, $500 per. Co-insurance, $80 to $20. Would it be beneficial for me to shop around to get a high deductible plan and get a HSA account, or stick with my current plan? You can always shop anything. What would Dave do? Shop anything. And I will always get more than one estimate on anything you do. Because guess what? The first guy or female. Female can overcharge you as well. The first person that you get the estimate from or the quote or on any kind of thing could be robbing you blind. And if you don't get that second quote, you have no idea about it. Successful basil, 106. What is a successful basil? Like if it's accomplishing the spice properties. Short and sweet. I have a 2020 Toyota Tundra with doesn't matter what interest rate and 442 monthly. I owe $16,500 on it, and I have a little over 40K in a high interest savings account. You're doing it wrong. Again, debt leverage. If you have cash and that you could pay off a debt with, if you have that in a non-retirement account, guess what? You're doing debt leverage. And how much? That's a 1.9 interest rate, so that probably is probably making some on the interest. Granted, that's what I'm not saying that's not happening, and so but you're gonna have debt to make a few percentage points difference. So I mean, the most it would be is like 5, probably somewhere around 5. Yes, I have investments in retirement. You also, with debt, you shouldn't have any other investments either. Shouldn't have retirement, shouldn't have investments. Baby step 2 is pay off all debt. So you're doing it wrong. Should I go ahead and use some of this savings to pay it off? Yes. Today. I don't care if it is a Sunday. Call and wake somebody up. My only other debt is my house that I've only been in a few years. I just hate having this car loan. Then why the frick haven't you paid it off with your $40,000? I don't understand people. I do not understand. Oh, I hate this car loan. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I wish I knew what to do about it. Why didn't you just take the money out of the high interest savings account and pay it off? Why? I mean, it's not like you're if you're on the Dave Ramsey subreddit, I'm gonna assume you know that he's the no debt guy. Okay, and if you don't know that, you have not heard him. You've not read the baby steps. Pay off debts from smallest to largest using debt snowball. You know what? That could say all debts. Let's see what the actual, because this is just what they typed here in the subreddit. Let's see what the actual one says. Pay off all debt. Yes, that's the key there. Not just pay off debt. Pay off all debt. So it's not just, you should pay off some of your debt. No, that's not it. It's pay off all debt. Very important word there. All. Say it with me. All. Historical bag, 5057, working for in-laws. Hello. Hi, guys. Thank y'all for your inputs. All right. Family not working for in-laws? Nope. Family and I are blessed with a high income and net worth is getting there. Both of them, I guess, or both of us, I guess, are 34 and married for 8 years. Currently, I make around $300,000 a year, and wife is at $100,000 a year in our respective career fields. My main question is that wife's father wants me to work for his one-man shop company to help with day-to-day and to grow the business. I have helped him before and know how lucrative it can be. I think I can make the same amount of money year one and then keep going higher, but you're not sure on that. Is working for in-laws just a big no-no? I mean, if you do that, you have to have everything spelled out. Somebody that does that, guess what? Is Winston Cruz. Dave's daughter Rachel's husband. And he manages all of the real estate for them. So, but I would imagine they have that business relationship completely mapped out before because Mr. Ramsey does not have a problem with communication. So I would imagine that they have that all mapped out before he started. Let's see. Or, you never know. Maybe. No. She met him in college, so I think he started working for Dave after they got married. My main question is that my wife's father wants me. Oh, I did that one. Is working with in-laws just a big no-no. We have a great relationship. Yeah, and doing part-time work for him in the past never caused any issues, right? And so if you don't do this, I mean, there could be some resentment towards you because you didn't do it as well. If you do it, then there could be something that pops up at work. And then it becomes a problem, and then that becomes an in-law relationship issue as well, where it should just be employer, employee dealio. Generally it's a no, but again, unless you have everything mapped out and you keep it completely employer at work, but it's just too much that can go wrong there. Let's see. Corporate job income far more secure than a one-man show. Yep. This person says 0 chance. I'm getting tired of the corporate ladder push. That would be LADDER. And helping family seems appealing. We'll update this in the next couple months. Thanks. I wouldn't do it to be an employee. Yeah. I don't think it's a definite no, right? I'm pretty sure one of his sons-in-law worked for him. Still does. As far as I know. Unless you're unhappy in current job. I think it's more I'm tired of the corporate slog of where I am, yeah. So you just got to be prepared for it to not work out. Yeah. Things get weird sometimes with in-law. Make sure you establish good boundaries with them. Right. Map out everything that can go wrong ahead of time and talk about it. Family holidays will be different. If father-in-law is cutting, although also they're known as the boss. Yeah, is cutting the turkey. Yeah. Yep. Can easily go. And so if you have in-laws that if you've ever had in-laws or any other relatives that you just don't get along with, that could be the same thing. It could turn into that. And you don't want that to be your boss at that point. Moving soon, pay extra towards mortgage or save extra towards next house. It's the same thing, because when you sell the current mortgage, when you sell the house that the mortgage is on, when you sell that, you get all that money back. So let's just say that it works both ways, because you get that money back when you sell, or if something happens and you don't move, then the house is paid off faster. Too long didn't read. Too late. You still made it. You still made it long. We're in our starter home and we'll be moving in the next year. Again, you don't know that. Always in motion is the future. You do not know that. And you're in baby step 2 storm mode. So you're not doing any of that crap now. You're not paying extra towards the mortgage. You're piling up cash for storm mode. So you're doing it wrong. Starting home doesn't have enough room for us to start a family. Sure it does. You can't have one child? People are nutty with the justification for, oh my goodness, I'm going to have one child. Oh, I guess I need a minivan for one child. You can't put a minivan in one child in a compact car. I put both my children in a compact car. Still alive. They're in their 20s. How about that? Which we'd like to do soon. Should we set aside the extra money each month towards the down payment? No, you're in baby step 2 storm mode. Are you not familiar? Did you just select that flare and have no idea what it means? So no, you don't do any of that. But let's just say the mother and baby are home safe from the hospital. What you do then, you pay extra towards the mortgage. You don't just save money and keep the mortgage hanging around like it's a pet until you're sure that now if you find a house you want to buy and all that, and you start, making a reservation for the movers and all that stuff, then you're moving. And so then it's going to happen. But right now, it will be moving in the next year. You might not. And you don't need to, because you don't need an extra 5 rooms for one child. You don't even need one extra room at all. Let's see. Resident Eggplant 8138. What to do? I have a small 401k from a previous employer that I left alone and haven't paid much attention to it. It's currently at $27,500. The return on this account has been 0.063% over the last 3 years. That is in some horrible investments then. I'm about to turn 60 and just thinking about liquidating the account and putting it into my money market savings account that's getting almost 5%. That's it for a retirement account. I have $402,000 in cash in the bank, no debt, but also not a homeowner. Thoughts? Well, retirement there. How much is this gentleman? About to turn 60. So if you plan on retiring 65, I mean, you still have a little bit of time. You can make a little bit of money in the market. And so that's probably what Dave would suggest. If you feel safer, I guess, just throw it in the money market. That's better than 0.063%. So he might be, yeah, I forgot my water. He might be, maybe he's confused. I hope he's confused on this, because 0.063%, if you take away the percent, that amount is 0.0063. So maybe he means it's 6.3%, which is 0.063. Hopefully it's been 6.3, because, I mean, you gotta be in some dog crap of investments to not have made that over the last 3 years. That is crazy. But so if it's 6.3%, which is 0.063 without the percent in it, then that makes more than the 5%. So you could just leave it where it is or roll it to a different account. Yeah, if it's 0.063%, yes, do it. Or roll it and get a better investment in it. Direct Blueberry 8433. Should I pause contributions to my 401k to pay credit card debt? Well, let's look at the baby steps. Baby step 2, pay off all debts from smallest to largest. Doesn't say all there, I added it. Using debt snowball. And look at that. Steps 1, 2, 3 in order. One at a time. That means you don't go up here and invest. So if you're already investing, when you discover Mr. Ramsey's wonderful advice, then you stop investing. Hey, I'm brand new baby stepper. Okay, give you a break then. Also new to the realm of personal finance. All right, give you a break then. I'm a little late to the game, so I've accrued about $2,400 in credit card debt. I don't make a lot by any means. Monthly take home is about $2,200. But I work for a good company that contributes 3% automatically to my 401k. My question is, would it be wiser to continue my 401k contributions, abate $100 of monthly pay, or pause it and use that extra cash to better attack the credit card debt? Yes. B, stop investing, pay it off. You know what you could also do is maybe work more. Do budget, spend less, so you have more to pay off that debt. So you can pay off that debt really, really quickly. $2,400 is not that much, but you also don't have a huge shovel. Bigger than some, of course, but that's what you should do. I haven't completed step 1 yet. That would be what you do first before. So you're not on step 2, you're on step 1. So do step 1 first. 1, 2, and 3 in order, one at a time. And then 4, 5, and 6 in order all at the same time. And so, yeah, you do not, until you have 1, 2, and 3 done, you are not investing. If you've already started before you heard the advice, then you stop. Car payment question from XJonah6X. Hey, hi guys. Hey, so you know we're supposed to get rid of all debt, right? And get it to just house payment. Yes. But my question is it worth it for me to pay my car loan balance when I'm only paying $2.80 a month in interest? Yes. We don't go by interest. We go by the amount of the debt that you have. Kind of new to this finance thing, so it might be a dumb question, so my bad. There are no dumb questions, just dumb people that ask questions. I'm kidding. It's fine. If you don't know, if you really, really don't know the answer, most people know the answer and they just don't want to do the answer that Dave's advice suggests. But if you actually don't know, then it's not a dumb question. It's the best question you can ask, and you're not dumb because you ask it. You're actually smart because you ask it. And so, yes, you would pay off debt. That's why it's baby step 2. That's why it's almost baby step 1, except you gotta have the $1,000 emergency fund first, and then you work on the small debt, because $1,000 emergency fund is supposed to keep you from having to put extra stuff on debt. Alrighty. Let's do some plugs. How about that? Again, happy Star Wars Day 2 to you. Revenge of the 5th, or the 6th? Yeah, Revenge of the 5th. The original movie was called Revenge of the 5th. Well, if I had... Did I delete my plug image? Let's see. Let's see what that one is. Nope, that's that one. Might have accidentally deleted that. What do you know? Okay, I'll add that back in sometime. Just waiting for this to scroll to get over, and so why do I not have why is that my webcam not working either? That is crazy. What happened there? Oh, I accidentally hit that. Accidentally closed that when I was supposed to close one of the clips that I did. Darn it, I didn't notice that I had no webcam picture. Okay, so... Alright, so let's see if I can remember them. I probably can. I am Coach Steve Money, Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. And if you've got money problems or you just want to make sure you're on the right track, you can schedule a free financial consultation / assessment with me at calendly.com / Coach Steve Money. You can do that at calendly.com / Coach Steve Money. That is a video conferencing appointment, so we can do that from anywhere in the whole wide world, as long as you speak English. I took 4 years of high school Spanish, but I don't know the financial words. I guess I should learn those. And then next is email. If you have any questions, if you want me to answer a question for you on this show, I can. Or if you'd rather not talk about it on YouTube, I can just send you a quick answer. If you have a quick question, coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Channel donations, you can go to paypal.me / Coach Steve Money. Alternatives, like you just saw on the ticker, would be to Cash App, $ Coach Steve Money, and of course, Walmart gift card to coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Upcoming streams, this show, answering your financial questions. That's Saturday and Sunday, both 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And this week there are two, at least two. I may do more than two, but definitely I'll do of the Ramsey Show After Show. I will do one on Tuesday, May 7th, and on Thursday, May 9th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right after the Ramsey Show video is over. Alrighty, so thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and of course, make smart financial decisions every day.